Hello, everybody. Welcome to All Signs. I'm looking at 3 big shifts happening in your love life, in your life this April. Happy April Fool's Day, happy Passover Day. We're in Holy Week, and happy full moon Libra, which will be here tonight, Eastern time around 11 o'clock. Let me see. And Pacific time, well, 10:12 around tonight, Eastern time, 3 hours before that, Pacific time. So I hope you guys are all having a good day. This is a new All Signs I'm going to do on Wednesdays. It's going to be a quick one, hopefully an hour. It might go an hour, a little bit more, but it's really going to be a quick one. So I do have a bonus here. You can see I wants me to pull a card for you. I'll pick a couple people at the end to pull a card for. But you have to comment in the chat. Tell me in one sentence what situation you're in and the word clarity so I can find you. Put clarity first. And we're going to have a good time today. So let's do this. It's a different kind of setup for me. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments. So happy birthday, Aries, right? Happy Fool's Day if this is your birthday today. April Fools. All right, so let's see the shifts, the 3 shifts that are coming in for you in April. And the first one could be what's happening right now. Second, what you're not seeing. And then the third, towards the end, what's unfolding. And I will pull a card because of love, what your person is realizing during this shift. All right, so I am seeing here grace within the chaos. I'm going to pull the cards first. You do have the number 8. And I have the way out of the weeds, right? The second shift, 37, which can be 10, 1. So you are seeing like a breakthrough energy here. And I'm seeing the emergence of hope, trusting in a divine plan. All is well. All right, so the first shift, this could be what you're dealing with right now. And you're kind of accepting life's complexities. You could get pulled easily into chaos right now. It seems like maybe there's a lot going on. The 8s do indicate sometimes pressure, sometimes so much. We just have to stay focused and muster through things. Could have a lot coming at you at once, feeling like you're against time. You're running out of time. You're working with time. And you also can get distracted during this time too, right? End up getting pulled out of what's important for you and focusing so much on drama, other people, other situations going down. So this here to me right now feels like, you can only do what you can do, especially in a love situation. I'm going to clarify. I see that 6 of Cups energy for you with this. So this is telling me here that friendships, relationships really might be going through a little bit of a struggle right now, but all is well. With the 6 of Cups energy, it feels like, maybe you're waiting on somebody reaching out. Maybe you're thinking about reaching out to somebody. Maybe you're just like, you've been having a hard time or you're distant from somebody. This is where right now it is about accepting these complexities that's happening. And we can tend to get focused or overly focused on a relationship, and it's distracting us from what's really important. But also we can start to focus too much on the problems that we're having in our relationship, which then leads to more separation. Whereas it looks like you're really working through something with somebody that is actually bringing you closer, and it might not feel like it right now. So the month of April could even be turning over a new leaf. And I see that because it says a way out of the weeds, what you don't see. So a lot of you could be feeling overwhelmed with all this pressure on you right now, all this chaos or confusion when it comes to love. Right. And this is asking you right now, one of my favorite things to say is grace within the chaos. How can you still find stability and not get pulled out of alignment? Not letting the situation that's happening with you and another person make you feel uneasy, or make you react in ways that you may not normally react in, right? So this is where it could get really overwhelming for you. So you are being asked to kind of try and find that strength energy, which is Leo energy. So you may be connecting with a Leo, but it's asking you to find this strength. And it's not saying that things are easy right now for you and that it's like, no, it's not cookie cutter. It's each one of you is dealing with a different multitude of things going on in a relationship, but it is showing you that throughout April, right, there is a clear way out, all right, and things are going to start getting more organized, a way out of the weeds. So you're finally going to see this breakthrough, this solution, maybe during the middle of April, and this could happen simultaneously, right? This doesn't have to happen in stages, but it can show you that, yes, a lot pressure, but boom, you're going to see the opening, and then I see the emergence of hope. So let's look at the clear way out of the second shift that you might not see. And I see the Six of Wands showing up for you. That's more Leo energy for you. And I'm seeing, little victories here, right? And so you are being asked to take one thing at a time. If you feel like a lot's coming at you at once right now with your person or people in your life, whether it's a love situation or relationships in general, it is saying here, you're coming out the victor on the other side. So you are being asked to pick your battles and focus on one thing at a time. It looks like somebody returning here, wanting your attention, or somebody recognizing how much has been going on between the two of you. How can we work this out? It looks like you're both on the same page. You see two sixes showing up for you. So eights and sixes bring a balance of love, right? And so you're seeing somebody return here. You're figuring out you're seeing the finish line. You're seeing the goalpost. You're seeing a win come in, right? And finally getting through some sort of struggle. Now, that doesn't mean that everything is perfect, right? I wish it would mean that, right? But it does show you here that what you're seeing right now could just be a bunch of things going on at once and you can't see things clearly. And now we're seeing here that it is breaking up mid-month here, and you're going to start to see the way forward. Now, the last shift that I see where this is headed is faith, right? So we're seeing this whole month that is also teaching you a way to have faith in yourself and faith in the situation and faith in the divine plan, right? So I'm seeing all is well. And through April, even with the patience, right, that strength card that's coming through with you, you are seeing that you're going to have some sort of epiphany around, how things really did work out, or how things are working out, and how everything and everyone is coming together for you, right? So it's like a whole new month. This is your season, right? So this is a renewal period for you. And that's what I see. I feel like you're cleaning up. You're coming into this with a little bit of, chaos. And then finally, by the end of your season, as we go into Taurus season, you're seeing hope. You're seeing renewal. You're seeing things looking better, things coming together for you. And you have 4-4, which is 8, right? So 8s and 6s, really big for you. Now, I'm pulling a card here showing you where your life is headed right now when it comes to your situation, and I'm seeing the Chariot. So the Chariot Cancer energy is also talking about pulling through some major obstacle in your life and turning things around, or things getting better than they were before. So not only are we seeing a return, but we're seeing a return, but stepping up, and things finally moving forward and accelerating for you. So things picking up pace and accelerating for you. But at first, it does seem like you're kind of shuffling, right? So what's happening with your person on the other side of this before I move on? The Six of Cups is showing me mutual attraction with your person. All right. There is something there, but we have to work through, love problems. There's always something going on, right? And I see somebody's very fond of you. So I do see that somebody here really wants to make something work with you. Even if it's a friendship that's turning into something more, it does look like somebody's very interested in you. So during this shift, right, I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here, somebody finally making a choice to move forward. Maybe some of you are feeling like you're really stuck. Your person's making you feel uncertain about a relationship. Your person's been kind of like making things complicated for you. Things haven't been running smooth. But it seems like by the end of the month, I know this card can say, you know, well, that's a moving on card. You know, that's somebody moving away or avoiding, but not in this instant. In this instant, it's showing you that somebody's getting ready to evolve, make a choice, and move forward with you with these other cards. So any kind of circumstances that seem uncertain, your person is becoming more certain about the way they feel about you and the direction of this relationship as we go through April. So that is what I have for you. Happy birthday, Aries. Don't forget to comment and let me know if you enjoyed this reading. All right, so clarity, will I ever have contact? Keep doing it, guys. Keep it rolling. That's what I need for this one to make it a little bit more active in the comments section. This is going to be a new live Wednesday. I'm going to see if I can pick up another all signs and get back on rhythm. All right, so 1111 Taurus. That's what I'm going to do for Taurus. My favorite number for Taurus. I'll never forget. I think it was 2023. The sun moved into Taurus at 1111. And ever since then, I've always just, whenever I see 1111, I make a wish, but I also think about Taurus in that moment. So that's almost like sending a prayer to Taurus at the same time, right? All right. Let's see. So Taurus, 1111 Taurus, one of my favorite numbers for you. What is shifting in April? Well, one, your birthday will be coming in at the end of April, which is always nice. Venus is in Taurus right now. So those of you with that energy, that could be highlighting relationship stuff, money stuff, right? Taurus, you like that? So I have what right now, right? We have this inherited patterns and learning how to integrate wisdom versus knowledge, right? That's a very important one. And I'm going to come back to that in a second. Now you have number 13, which can be the death card, which can be Scorpio energy. And that tells me here major transformation, but this is an eye opener for you, especially when it comes to relationships. All right. A lot of people here, we know, you have wisdom. I know you do. I do too. And every day I'm like, why can't I seem to improve my life when I have all this wisdom and knowledge? And it's about integrating it. So there's something happening right now where maybe you're having this aha moment. Well, I can know everything. It's not about reading another book. It's not about manifesting your person again. It's not about writing more affirmations, right? It's about really listening and focusing and seeing what your patterns are. And now taking that knowledge that you have around your situation, even in love with your person, and doing it now, taking practical action to make this knowledge work for you. Your second shift, right? Epiphanies coming in, aha moment, new directions, and an awakening happening for you. So at first I'm looking at this as 3 big shifts in April, but this can happen all at once, okay? Or gradually together, or even, you know, swimming around, right? All 3. So I do see a new direction, and where this is headed to is finally realizing the consequences of fear and where some of your patterns are coming from when it comes to your relationships. So let's pull tarot for you to clarify this. So right now, I feel like you could be dealing with repeated patterns in a love relationship that is happening because you were trained or you were taught or you learned growing up how relationships are. And I got the 2 of Swords here, right? So you and your partner may be feeling indifferent right now. It may seem like you guys can't see eye to eye. There's, you know, uncertainties, confusion. You know, you try to have a conversation and you want to make it work, but you kind of leave more confused than having the answers. But a part of you is maybe realizing right now that you're repeating something over and over and over with your person, right? That is creating this loop that is keeping you stuck from moving forward. Now we're seeing an epiphany, right? Having this big aha moment, like maybe something I've been thinking or something I've been doing in this relationship is not true. I've been actually self-fulfilling prophecies here. I actually have been manifesting my fears in my relationship more than I realized, because I was on a repetitive loop, repeating my same actions with everything my person said, everything my person does. Every reaction I have is a reaction that I learned in the past. So there's a big shift here. This death card, the number 13, is talking about having this major psychological transformation that is going to change your relationship this month. And I think a lot of that has to do with Venus there too as well, right? So you're going to see improvement. Now let's pull a card here, this new direction, aha moment when it comes to this relationship. This awakening can be a judgment energy. So you have a lot of Scorpio energy, so this is deep for you. But the thing is this is going to bring you and a person closer. And it's going to make sense. And it feels to me like you're not going to react to everything your person says. And you may finally realize that some of these things that your person even says is a pattern that they're stuck in themselves, right? And the less you react to it, and again, I'm seeing the Strength card. The less you react to it and the more you understand it. But see, this is where we go to that wisdom. You can understand your person, but it's about not reacting and just holding space for them, right? But when your person triggers you, you go into this mode of indifference, right? You want to figure it out, right? You want to make a decision. You don't like the distance. Somebody may pull away, the Two of Swords. It feels indifferent. We have our backs turned. We're not understanding each other. There's a communication issue here that leads you to a place of fear. All right. And this is what's going to change for you right now. This is this huge epiphany where you're not going to be consumed by your person's every action. And when you start to understand this, your power is going to be in your stability and your ability to stay grounded when somebody else is being a little bit more unstable or chaotic. And you're not going to take it personally. And you're going to see that when you don't react and you're out of this fear, because if somebody does pull away from you, you may get fearful. You may think, oh my God, this is happening again. Oh, here we go. I got to go do something. I got to fix it. And then you end up creating, it's the fear, the situation that you were trying to avoid. And this is going to be a big change for you. Now, big aha moment here, 4 of Cups. You don't have to do anything when somebody pulls away from you. All right. It feels like the 4 of Cups. Somebody may feel like they are not interested or they are stuck. It looks like somebody may be shutting down a little bit around you. Do not take it personally. This person is doing this because they feel comfortable with you. All right. You're allowing somebody, you're holding space for somebody this month that is dealing with their own internal conflicts, their own processes, right? It feels like you have the wisdom, but now you are really being asked to step up and integrate your knowledge, right? So you can really make it work. All right. So somebody here may be dealing with something, depression or feeling let down, and it's all internal. It's an internal mindset, but you may misread it. Right. But you realize there's love there and you might be that cup that they rely on. Right. But that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your quality of life for this one. All right. So I do feel like this is going to be a big month for you, actually building a stronger relationship with your partner or your person of interest or love in general. When you start to realize that somebody else's actions isn't because you need to fix anything about yourself or that it always is about you. Now, I am seeing here the 10 of Wands. The biggest epiphany is you not carrying the burdens, you not carrying the stress, you lightening the load a little bit. You end up, somebody does something, somebody says something, and you just kind of look at it. The freedom comes in when you don't worry about it anymore. Right? You're not worrying about it. And guess what? You have a breakthrough happening here. This new direction is when you don't have to carry the weight. You're going to realize that the love is there. Your person is opening up, but in a different way than you expect. And when they shut down, it is because they feel safe with you. All right. So what is changing with your person before I move on? The Knight of Swords. They are actually starting to see things clearly. And you may actually notice your person is more intentional with their conversation this week. You may notice that your person here speaks up more. Maybe they let down their guards more. All right. Maybe the conversation starts to pick up. You may notice that your person realizes that they need to be more intentional with their communication with you. All right. Especially if you don't react to them, you give them time to really sit with what they're doing, what they're saying. And then when you don't react, they come back around. So you may be surprised at how quickly things turn around. This shows a good energy, and it shows knowing your person's true intentions this month. All right. Things are moving forward pretty quickly. I love that for you, Taurus. I hope that made sense. Yours went a little bit deep, but we do have, and we are moving into a lot of your energy too. All right. So hello, Carissa. Let's see. We are moving into Gemini. Intentional is a very big word. Everything is going to seem more intentional, and also that is also for you, Taurus, to be more intentional even with your reactions. Okay. Gemini, let's see, 21. All right, Gemini. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know I don't usually do this today, but I am starting to do it again on Wednesday. So hopefully you guys will join me. Don't forget to look at that pinned comment. Gemini. 3 big shifts for you in April. 3 big shifts for you in love in April. And I'll look at how this may be affecting your person. All right, your first shift, right? I love this. Manifestation, divine partnership, and frequency alignment. All right, so let's see. Big shift, the second shift, right? So alchemizing, reclaiming yourself, and letting go of some unhealthy pattern when it comes to relationships. So it seems like you and your person, or you in love relationships right now, are actually coming into alignment. All right. And the devil card here is showing up, which is transformational lessons in this deck. So releasing some sort of fear, some sort of worry. And also I'm seeing your needs being met. You are enough. And worthiness. So yours is also very psychological too when it comes to this month, when it comes to love and relationships. All right. You may be questioning right now your relationships. You may be feeling or starting to wonder, are we in alignment? Are we connected? Is this the one? And the dream of co-creation and frequency alignment, Gemini, tells me that yes, you are, but you may not always see it in 3D reality. Right? You may not see all the signs, and that could stress you out with that devil card. Now, these are 3 big shifts, so these can live together. They can happen in different times or happen consecutively, okay? And realizing that you're enough, and by the end of the month, it feels like what you were so afraid of when it comes to a relationship is going to be like, what the hell was I even thinking? But right now it can seem like you may get caught up sometimes in fears because you're manifesting something in, and it feels like maybe things are still up in the air, and like you might see a little bit of movement and then you're wondering what's going on. And so typically, because something's not working fast enough for us, we start to get paranoid. But you are calling in a divine partnership in April. All right. Now, the devil card is showing up here because it's wanting you to see how quickly you think you're not enough. or your biggest fear when it comes to partnerships or relationships is, doubt or worry about whether or not you're going to be enough, or whether or not this person really thinks you're good enough, and this can show up in many ways. Some of you might be like, no, I'm super confident. That's not true. But then where is the fear coming from if you're not getting exactly what you want right now? So that fear is what you're conquering right now. You're starting to reclaim your power in April and realizing that somewhere you built an insecurity when things were working out for you regardless. So look at this, Ace of Pentacles, a divine partnership and a solid opportunity coming for you. Now this could be, I see the Ace of Pentacles, and that was always my new moon Taurus. And I don't know when is new moon Taurus is going to be, let me see, on the 17th. Is that going to be the new moon Taurus? Or that's new moon Aries. I don't know which one that is. I don't see it right here. It's Taurus. New moon Taurus is on the 17th. So on the 17th, or by the 17th, there definitely could be a solid offer coming your way. Now, this is the Five of Swords is clarifying here, the reclaiming your power and transformational lessons. I mean, the Five of Swords is you questioning everything. The Five of Swords is you may be confident as shit, but somehow or another you talk yourself in circles, or you question a lot of things, and you feel like you're going to be disappointed, so you'd rather get disappointed sooner than later. All right. And the thing is what's wild here is it doesn't look like you're going to be disappointed at all, but you set yourself up for disappointment, maybe to protect yourself in a situation, and you're being asked to confront that. So this is where I am seeing here, there's a lot of mental change happening for you when it comes to your thought processes around relationships. And when I see faith in getting your needs met, so by the end of the month, then even the Nine of Swords, I feel like you're going to see clearly where you were losing sleep. You're losing too much sleep, thinking you're not going to get what you want, and you're going to see that this energy, it might even be a huge epiphany with you as well too, with why would I even think that? Somebody may say to you in April, like some things to you that is going to shock you, right? You probably have thought of every friggin' thing, why somebody is avoidant, why somebody is confusing you, why somebody isn't contacting you, why you don't have a partner yet. You probably have every answer, and it's probably all the worst case scenarios. And then somebody's going to come in April and say something like, I just thought you looked beautiful this day, and I really wanted to say something to you, but then this happened, or somebody in my life was dealing with this and I got caught up in that. And you're going to just stand there, and it's going to be like crickets in your head, like, why do I always go there? Why do I always think this shit? And this is because this is going to be a major mental shift for you this month. And you may start to realize, not only in love relationships, but you may start to understand yourself a little bit more and your assumptions about situations. And this is where you may even be a lot more confident when it comes to how people show up for you, or what you think people are thinking about you. All right. So I really love this for you. Now, what about your person though? What's going to shift with them as this is all shifting? The more you come into awareness, you have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And I'm seeing your person stepping up to their plate. Now you have Taurus energy. All right. Now go back to Taurus's reading, because Taurus is reading. We have Venus in Taurus right now. So I do feel like that has a lot. And Uranus is still in Taurus right now. And I feel like your person here, may just be somebody who gets caught up in their situations, and sometimes takes a little bit longer to turn, right? To make change, right? But you could see your person really grounded, right? And really stepping up. They're more simple than you think, Gemini. Your person is more simple thinking than you think. It doesn't mean they're not smart, they're not wise, they're not knowledgeable, but your person is probably not thinking about half the shit you think they're thinking about. And I want you to remember that, all right? Because I have a King of Pentacles showing up for you this month. Somebody who's serious about this, or even just attempting to make an offer here, and somebody that probably has no clue, you know, where the steam in your head is coming from, right? They probably think very, very highly of you, but they may have a lot of things going on. And to be honest with you, Tauruses, once they move and once they make a decision, oh, they're on it. They're going to move and they're going to be consistent. But until they get to that starting point, it takes a minute. And if it's like they really do think about things for quite some time, that is this earthy energy about them. But I see a very valuable partnership coming in. Now, this could be a new partner. It could be somebody that's on your mind right now, but you do see that's what I'm getting for you. All right, Gemini, I love you. I love that. All right, let's look at Cancer. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this type of reading, because this is how it's going to roll every Wednesday. All right, I'm keeping this style. I'm trying to shake it up a little bit, so and kind of go back to some of the ways I used to read. There's a lot of ways I used to read in the past, but I kind of drifted from it. So let's see, 31 for Cancer. All right, Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. All right, 3 major shifts for Cancer this month. All right, 3 major shifts. All right, the river dances to the sea. All right, flow state, trusting in the adventure. This is really important. You have the number 3 showing up for you, Cancer. Second shift, order in the forest, releasing resentments, making amends, and you have the number 11. All right, so 1111, and Taurus read too had that in it as well, so you could be connecting with Taurus. You see a lot of green here too. Green is the heart center. Look at all this green coming in for you. It's growth, right? It's flourishing. It's just a cleansing energy. And I'm getting, you know, right now, the river dances to the sea. This tells me that where you're at right now is going to lead to where this great place, right? It's going to lead to where it is you're manifesting. If you have a vision, right? If you have a vision, this river that you're in right now, it's going to take some turns. It's definitely going to be, you know, around the bend, a little bit ripply. It could be slow where you actually have to use some muscle to get through, but eventually your river is going to get to the sea. And so right now you're in a very common energy, which might not feel calm to you if you're anxious or you want something more to happen right now. All right. And before you know it, it feels like you're moving towards making amends with somebody this month. All right. And boundaries and self-preservation and trusting in divine protection. So it looks like what this is leading to is you have an ultimate self-trust this month, right? Trust in your situation. And by the end of the month, it looks like you could be releasing any resentments you have towards a situation or somebody, or vice versa. There's going to be a period of renewal, cleansing, rebirth, right? So right now you've been kind of coasting and trying to figure with things out and trying to stay, you know, in a good place, staying very peaceful with the way things are. But you have this energy here of being protected and things actually, you know, this is you trusting in the outcome without needing to know how or why it's going to get there. Holding space for love, non-judgment. So let me pull some tarot for you. What's going on right now? What's this shift all about? Good afternoon. All right, so the river dances to the sea. Right now, you're kind of being asked to tap into the flow state and allow the journey to unfold for you. You have the strength card at the bottom of the deck too, and I've been calling that out a lot today. So I do feel like right now we are all kind of being called to maintain self-control in our situation, being strong and true and trust in our visions, right? You have Leo energy showing up for you, and I have the Seven of Cups. So it feels like, you know, I just don't know what's going on. There's so much uncertainty right now. You know, there's all these possibilities that could happen, and sometimes right now you can get caught up in your head, and whereas you want one outcome, you may start to shift and you may start to, you know, choose a different outcome or try something different because you're not trusting in your vision, right? The Seven of Cups is saying things are too unclear right now, but your dream is coming to life. It really is. You're closer than you think. It's just that things are still coming together right now. So maybe somebody in your life is kind of weighing out, you know, what to do, thinking about you, thinking about making plans with you with the Seven of Cups, thinking about how they feel. To me, this is like, I'm still a little bit uncertain, but things are coming together. All right. But what happens is if you get nervous and you're not trusting in the journey, you will tend to find another solution. All right, well, my plan's not working, or this isn't working, so I'm going to do something else. And then you try something else, and then you have your hands in all pots, and then the universe starts to get confused with what it is you really want. And a lot of that is stemming from some sort of you know, fear and that self-preservation. What happens is if you don't see or can't control the outcome, you start to take action so you can feel protected, right? So you can feel like you're safe. You want to know what's happening. So you start looking for evidence. Now, if you're manifesting or you've been in this place and you've been separate from somebody, or you're trying to get to know somebody, this month is showing you that you just have to stay glued and not even sway from your path, because you're getting closer to your desired outcome. Now I'm seeing here the next shift that you're having, which is the coming together, the Ten of Pentacles. You know, this is where people are truly invested in one another, understanding one another. Things are growing, and now you're seeing things ground in your reality. Now you could be making amends. This is somebody that you're very close to. There could be a family thing going on, situations around family, or people that you call soul family. You may find yourself getting together this month, and that brings you and the people you love or the person that you're into together, right? So things are looking very successful. And this is going to be a moment, a very solid moment in April, where it does finally feel like things are coming together. Now, where this is headed is you're releasing some sort of fear around self-preservation. Now, the King of Cups is showing me there could be a water sign or somebody with deep emotional feelings coming towards you this month. And this is also, to me, healing energy, right? But being patient with somebody. There's a lot of emotional energy happening here. And it feels like you're waiting on somebody to be very open with their feelings. And this is where you're kind of also so healing. Whatever this is, it's like not feeling safe in a situation. So when you don't feel safe in a situation, you tend to make choices that are not in alignment with naturally letting a relationship unfold. And then another person starts to question, why are you making these choices, or why are you doing this? So this month is going to be a lot about you healing too by the end of the month. So your person now, what's shifting with them this month is the Eight of Cups, all right? So now you have the Seven of Cups and you have the Eight of Cups, Cancer. So you're seeing here what's shifting with your person this month is they're finally making a choice to move forward. And this is deepening of emotional connection, but you are being asked to release this fear of needing to control the outcome in your situation. All right. You know, you and another person seem to be getting closer to your ideal outcome. The Ten of Pentacles is talking about a relationship, a very solid, stable relationship, or investing more time in one another. And that's what I have for you, Cancer. All right, Leo. Hello, Jake. Why do I feel like are you the Jake that used to come in a long time ago? Are you coming back? Are you Sagittarius? I see I have a weird memory, but I don't know if you're the Jake. All right, 40. All right, let me get a good shuffle for Leo. All right, 3 big shifts for my Leos in April around love. All right. So you are definitely breaking some sort of pattern when it comes to, you know what to do, but you're not integrated in it. So Taurus had this too, right, Leo? So this could be you're connected to a Taurus as well. And I'm seeing a lot of gratitude coming your way. So finally being rewarded this month too, all right? So it does feel like you're going to be pretty satisfied where things are going, all right? But what I am seeing right now is that you may be being caught up in inherited patterns, right? Things that you're, you know, just constantly keep happening over and over and over. You could be dealing with family issues. You could be dealing with, you know, you just want something to resolve itself, or it just seems like, why does this keep happening in my relationships? Why does this keep happening every time we get so close and then all of a sudden something happens? And so I do feel like there's an epiphany for you, or right now, you know, maybe you're struggling with this because spirit or your guides or God or whatever, even your higher self is trying to tell you, you know, it's not about the situation you're in. It's about this pattern that you keep getting yourself caught in. All right. And I am seeing releasing and having some sort of transformational lesson, reclaiming your power, and radical forgiveness this month. So this could be a very healing month for you and a partner in your life. So if you've been having struggles with a relationship, you could have a really deep transformational, you know, healing session with your person this month, right? This is where we're really learning how any addiction, how any kind of pattern that we have is creating a lot of unnecessary drama in our relationships. And both of you feeling like very satisfied and very grateful with how far things have come. So things are really going to lighten up when it comes to your love life. Now, the devil card is showing up and you have 22 and you have the master number here, right? So this does tell me that you're learning some really big lesson that is going to transform your relationship. All right, so let's take a look at tarot and see what I can get more clarity. All right, so integration right now, things starting to come together, things starting to come into your I don't know what just happened. My screen just shut off right now. So you guys still here with me? Are you guys still here with me? All right, I'm back. So Leo, sorry about that. Something just glitched. I don't know. YouTube's really glitching on me right now, guys. And I've been for the past 2 weeks really, struggling with this. So I don't know what to do. So I'm really sorry about that. Leo, you're showing up here as the King of Wands. So I can definitely see that this month is going to be a really strong month for you. Attracting love, manifesting, right? Pulling somebody in, standing in your power, a lot more confidence this month, right? And so this is where I am feeling like you may be starting to see patterns in your relationship and you're able to step back and confidently take make the right decisions. Now, the moon card can say a lot is shifting, right? A lot is happening, a lot of emotional changes, a lot of environment changes, maybe pattern cycles showing up for you this month. And this can be kind of hard for you, right? It feels like another pattern, another cycle, another person showing up in your life, or people showing up in your life, or a relationship problem showing up in your life. But the King of Wands is telling me there's something different this time. All right, there's definitely something different. The Hierophant is talking about lessons, deepening your connection, and understanding and getting to a new level in your relationship. All right, so this is where, same thing with Taurus. I love their message. So go back and listen to Taurus's message because it does talk about inherited patterns and it talks about being able to see your person a little bit differently this month, right? So you may be able to, being in your power, the King of Wands, you may open up your heart a little bit more and you may notice, hey, wait a minute, I've been approaching this all wrong. All right, there's something I need to do differently, or maybe just even hold space. And you're going to see the key to unlock this chaos, this uncertainty, this cycle that keeps happening with you and your person. One minute they show up, the next minute it's like, where is this going? What's going on? All right, this is like an emotional roller coaster that is going to come to an end in April. The power of gratitude. Three of Pentacles. So I can see you and your relationships leveling up. And Three of Pentacles is talking about strong understanding and being able to really work. So somebody is realizing what they need to do to improve themselves. So whether that's you or, I'm already talking about you here, noticing these patterns and noticing what needs to be done. But because you're noticing, it looks like your person here is starting to see where they need to add more effort. All right. So this is where we're seeing that you're manifesting, the gratitude. You're manifesting alignment. You're manifesting somebody rewarding you with praise. You're manifesting this good energy where it just feels like I feel very happy and satisfied. Finally, somebody sees me, right? So your relationship is leveling up to a whole different level, where the Three of Pentacles says maybe your person is going to get help. Maybe your person is talking about both of you going to get help. Maybe the person is just bringing in somebody else, another avenue that make things work. Or this could be you and somebody in your life, and you're just realizing that, this is what was going on. This is what was wrong in our relationship. But now we're able to find what we have in common. So I see this month, maybe mid-month, but this can happen all at once, right? It doesn't have to be consecutive. But I am seeing that you and another person are really starting to understand that you guys are compatible and that you guys really can work through something. But it's about releasing any kind of pattern and maybe radical forgiveness. So you may be being asked to forgive yourself. Radical forgiveness is when you actually, have you ever woke up in the middle of the night and been like, why the hell did I do that? Like sometimes when my past versions of myself, how I reacted to a situation, something I may have done, when you become more awakened, you start to shame yourself like with some of the decisions, but you always showed up the best way you could in the past, right? So don't go start beating yourself up now because you know now more. Now the choice is integrating it and moving forward and doing things differently now. So this is where maybe your person is even figuring that out, right? So we need to move forward. Now, where's this headed is the 3 of Wands. You have 3s showing up for you and 2, 2. So 22, 33. This month can be about making progress. It's about things coming together, working things out, and making plans for the future. So you could be obviously leveling up in a relationship. Maybe a relationship is getting started for you. I see Taurus energy. And I'm seeing here that by the end of the month, you guys are actually having a clear direction on where things are going. So what's going on with your person right now? 4 swords, right? So you are seeing if your person is pulling away a little bit, or if your person does pull away a little bit, give them a little bit of space. This is where the magic is happening. This is where, are you guys still here with me? Is it still recording? This is where your person here, the 4 swords, when they pull away, this is when the magic is happening. This is when they're starting to realize and meditate on what it is they really need. This is where they're thinking about you. This is where they're missing you. All right. So a lot's happening for you in relationships this month. So if your person takes a step back, give them time to sit with what they're doing, what's going on, because there's a lot of mental transformation here happening with your person. Yeah, I've got to probably clean my computer out or do something because I think it's with Chrome too, but it's also with YouTube. So I'm sorry. Hopefully this is, working out. I mean, like, again, I don't even know if people are getting the notifications or they even know I'm live yet. And then last night I shut my lives down, and then somebody came in and thought I was just started right after I shut it down. It's I can't do anything about that kind of glitches. So as long as you guys are here with me, just keep me company, and as I roll through this, and I hope you enjoy the readings. All right. So let's see, Virgo, 5151. Virgo. 3 big shifts for you this month. Three big shifts for Virgo this month. All right. The burden of choice right now. So that's what you're kind of going through right now. Choosing the higher ground. That can be even hermit energy too. So there's a lot of passion happening here for you, but I am seeing like there's also confusion and there's consequences, right? You're only getting half the picture, so it's really hard to make a choice right now. All right, but I am seeing you're moving into uncharted territory. All right. So where's this headed? And I am seeing your manifestation, divine partnership, and frequency alignment. So you've got kind of an interesting month ahead. Let me pull some tarot as I talk about this. Right now, you have this heat around you, right? Things could be getting hot. Things could be feeling fiery. Things could be getting intense for you. And you're just not, I mean, you could easily make a decision out of anger. You could easily make a decision out of desire. You could easily jump to conclusion, but just remember, you only have half the picture. You're not seeing the full story just yet. Now I'm seeing, there's still things that you don't know. There's still things that need to come to light. And that's going to be different for each and every one of you. All right. Now, we could dive into that if we were doing a personal reading. There's a mystery, there's uncharted territory, which tells me that, regardless where you're at in your relationship right now or in love, what's happening is you are not repeating the same story as it happened last time. So the outcome is going to be different. But because you don't know, you could start making choices or repeating patterns that you did in the past, or assuming that somebody's doing the same thing because the darkness is scaring you. The unknown is scaring you, right? But just know that right now, it's not the best time to make a decision based off of your reactions. So even if it feels like intense and good and passionate and desirable, you may want to take a step back for a second, because that can be Aries too and Neptune, where you're just like, oh, this looks good, boom, go. And then all of a sudden you find out afterwards it was shallow, right? You dove in and it was only a foot, right? And it looked like it was a deep ocean, right? So you got to be careful with this energy right now and try to maintain balance, all right? So there is a choice that maybe you're feeling like you have to make, but ask yourself, do you right now? All right. Because what I'm seeing, what's playing out for you is there's a lot of things that you don't know that's happening. And it could be several factors. It could be somebody's going through a change in their life. Somebody's going through a mental change. Somebody here could be, happy one day, going through a breakup the next day. Somebody could just be going through an epiphany, right? There could be other situations and variables involved. And it's different from what you expect. So you only know what you know. And when you're trying to make a choice in a situation, all you can do is pull up your facts that you already know. If you don't know what's really going on, you're not making a solid choice based off of all the facts, right? And you're going to try and make facts that are not there. So this is a very uncomfortable time for you. And it can be very Five of Wandsy sometimes for you, where the pressure can get so heavy that you're just tired of sitting in the darkness. But if the answers aren't ready to show themselves yet, you can't force them, right? Now, by the end of the month here, or even throughout the month, we're seeing a divine partnership come together. We're seeing frequency alignment. We're seeing two people that are actually wanting the same thing. And so this can be the star energy, where it's like things are coming together for you guys, but right now there's just too many pieces that are unknown. And if we try to force it, we could force it too soon. So you're really up against a timing thing right now. But this is happening right now. But let me get some tarot cards to you to dive in a little bit more. All right. So this choice right now, this energy that you're up against right now, this big shift, right? And we're going to see if I can pull out anything that might be the mystery here. What might be coming towards you that you don't see just yet. All right. So the Temperance card right now for this energy that I'm talking about. So really right now, Virgo, you're really being asked to try to maintain coolness. calmness right now. It's too soon maybe to figure something out. Some things do just take time. Your life is going to start to come back into balance. This relationship in love could be a Sagittarius energy, could be a Leo energy, but we are seeing here, you just need a little bit more time to see all the pieces, to see the truth come together. Right now, you could easily overreact or force something to happen before it's meant to. Right, so there's mystery, the 10 of Cups, right? So uncharted territory. Somebody could be making a huge decision about a relationship right now this month. Am I ready for a relationship? I want to make a decision that will bring us closer together. Somebody wanted to be in a relationship with you. Somebody could be going through relationship problems. Somebody could be going through a breakup. Somebody could be going through family issues. The 10 of Cups can be, you know, this is something new for somebody. They're dealing with the problem that they don't know how to handle it. They don't know what to say or do right now. And yeah, maybe you have the answers, but good for you. Your person doesn't, right? They got to figure it out themselves. So, but this is where you may be assuming the worst case scenario and your person's life is shifting and changing, and it's actually coming into alignment with you. The Temperance card says, let things unfold naturally. And you're seeing the Star card come in, and it's telling me that this is going to really make you happy when it comes together. And we're looking at the next 30 days or so. All right. And so I'm getting the Page of Pentacles for you, which can talk about somebody here opening up, communicating with you, somebody coming in, being very sincere. So somebody wanted to build something more stable with you. And when you do hear from somebody, where this is going here is the divine partnership, but they are actually putting their cards out there. They're saying, I don't know what's going on, but I really do want to build something. Let's compromise. Let's fix this, or let's work towards something more solid. This card here, 3 of Diamonds, is the 3 of Wands. So you could be making plans with somebody to build something or build upon something or talk about the future together and really starting something, building a foundation here moving forward when it comes to a relationship. And it looks very happy. It looks like somebody really does want to invest in this connection. Now, this big shift is a promise, but it's a solid promise. For some of you, you know, you may be feeling like lost in the dark right now, but your person is as well too. So they need to come to this realization themselves. Let's see what's happening with them behind the scenes, the 10 of Wands. Your person is reaching a breaking point and they just can't give you all the answers right now. That's why you don't make a choice right now. Let things be. You know, find something else to that in your life that you have control over, that you can do, that brings peace to your life, right? Because this is going to unfold naturally, and this could, you know, happen sooner than you think. It doesn't have to take the whole month, right? But your person is starting to, things are weighing on your person, getting very heavy, and it looks like they need to reach this breaking point so that they do, once they clear away what weighs on them, they're going to know exactly what they really want and want to start something fresh. All right. So let's go for Libra. One, oh, two. All right, Libra. You're welcome. Libra, hello, Barb. All right, Libra, 3 big shifts that are happening for you this month. All right, grace within the chaos. All right, so right now it's about accepting life's complexities. All right, I am seeing happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. All right, so fulfillment, a peace of mind coming your way, a chance to refresh, a chance for renewal here. Where's this headed? Holding space for love, self-acceptance, and discernment. All right, so I do see right now that you may be dealing with a lot of pressure. The 8 of Wands, a lot of things coming at you at once. The 9 of Wands too. But this is the ability to find peace and stay grounded when life's just handing you a bunch of things to do, a bunch of shit. You know, we're looking at relationships, right? So maybe there's a lot going on, a lot going back and forth. Maybe you can't quite understand. What I'm feeling is that it may be hard to understand the people in your life, the person on your mind, if they're dealing with a lot of pressure. So you are being asked to kind of stay grounded and in alignment right now with everything that's happening, because it may not be necessarily you that's out of alignment, but everybody around you, right? So that can make it seem like, you know, maybe I can do something more, maybe I can, maybe, but right now I feel like you're being asked to kind of breathe, and this will pass, right? This is a short-lived energy. Now I am seeing you're shifting into this energy of peace of mind. All right, so whatever you're dealing with right now is short-lived. And I am seeing happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. So something is going to bring you wealth, bring you happiness. Something is going to make you more wise. And also, it feels like love. It's leading to love. It's leading to this place of, wow, I'm going to look back on this and I'm going to see that, you know, we were going through this little spat, or this was happening and things were getting a little bit out of control, but it actually had to happen. It's one of these energies where you just have to, I don't know, file your nails when everybody around you is chaotic, when life is getting chaotic. The more calm you are, the quicker you're going to get through this, right? So this feels like a lot of this might be other people creating external noise around you that could be adding pressure that's unnecessary to you. The Hermit card at the bottom, you have Virgo energy. So it really is being the wise one right now. All right, let's see. The 7 of Swords. You can easily get distracted and not trust yourself or trust the motivation of others right now. All right. So be aware of that. It's easy to not trust your decisions. It's easy to think somebody is lying to you. It's just very complex energy. You can get suspicious in this energy. And you're trying to figure everything out. You're trying to figure everybody else out. And it's like, this might not be yours to figure out. Maybe people are not being transparent with you because they have a lot more going on than meets the eye. But this doesn't mean that this is going to lead to some sort of malicious or negative intent, right? So it's the 7 of Swords. It says, I'm not seeing things clearly right now. I'm not seeing things clearly, right? So it's easy to create stories around this and think that somebody has motives, and this is not what's happening right now. Somebody may be maybe they are just not wanting you to see the whole picture or see what's going on. Who knows? Let's see what else is going on here. I'm seeing the 4 of Wands. Regardless of what's happening, it looks like, again, you guys are shifting into this reunion, coming together, hanging out. It's like somebody just needs to be honest with you. And they're just not ready to be, right? Or they're trying to skip around what's really happening behind the scenes. And just don't take it personal, is what I'm getting here. You know, there's a peace of mind, there's clarity coming in. There's maybe even a confession coming in. So right now, accept things the way they are. You may not get the answers that you're looking for right now with this energy, but it is coming in faster than you think. It's short-lived. You know, sometimes people just don't want to face their reality just yet. And maybe you're on the sidelines and you're just trying to figure out somebody else, and you can't when they don't want to, or they're not ready to be 100% transparent. But you can see that it's leading to love. So it's going to weigh on somebody. I see a confession coming in for my Libras. I see somebody, something weighing on somebody. Somebody really wanting to open up about what's been playing on their head. So I feel like you have a love situation, even if you're playing things around and looping things in your mind. This is saying stop it. This is saying don't be stressing out so much about a situation. All right. It looks like your person may be mirroring you in some ways where, it's easier not to say anything right now, but I really want to see you. So there's a confession, there's releasing some sort of loop or pattern or overthinking about a situation. And I'm seeing self-acceptance coming in, but I'm also seeing love forming between you and another person. You just may get clarity on somebody's intentions. Somebody may feel really bad about something they said in the past, and you're trying to figure out, why wouldn't they tell me something? Why won't they see something? Why won't they, or why won't they just say something? But you have this peace of mind that's coming in for you, is what I have for you, regardless of what's going on. So let's take a look at your person with this energy. The Two of Wands. Feels like your person here is having a hard time letting go of control, but also letting go of another situation, or, trying things differently. You might be somebody that's new to this person. They want you to open up more. They want you to, they want to, get together. They want to make plans. They want to see where things go. But this person here is still holding on to that broken wand. It's like, I don't want to let go of the way I want things or the way things are, right? And maybe I'm afraid. Maybe I'm afraid of moving forward. But this month here, you are seeing a huge shift in your person here. They may start to see things differently, and actually may get out of their comfort zone and try to approach things differently. But right now, I'm just seeing with you, it's grace within the chaos. If you're having a difficult time with somebody, seeing or being honest with you, or being clear with you, or maybe you with yourself, it could be a mirror effect here, right? This is changing for you. Right. I just think you or your person here is really having a hard time of letting go of control, right? I want things to be a certain way. All right. Let's see what is shifting. Oh, I'm so glad you're happy I'm making a reading. Thank you for being here. I'll be on Wednesdays now at this time. So the more the more you come in, the more you hang out, the merrier. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. Scorpio. Let's get a good one for Scorpio. A good shuffle. You're welcome. How are you? All right. Let me just shuffle these cards too. So Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. All right. Scorpio, Scorpio. 3 big shifts happening in April. Let's see. 3 big shifts. The true source of power, divine will, integrity, and power versus force. I love this energy, right? This is right now, Scorpio. And then I am seeing your manifestation, a divine partner and frequency alignment, what you don't see coming. All right, so I got to talk about that in a second. Let's see. And you know, so what's happening here is slow down, all right now, because you may be feeling like things are not coming into alignment for you, but what this period or this moment that you're feeling like really stuck is about to melt away and change. So slow down is what I'm getting for you, not yet. So the true source of power, this is where it's going to make a huge difference for you right now. Not forcing something to happen. All right. The power comes from standing in your truth and attracting it to you. So a lot of fire around you now, and I am seeing 18 or the number 9. All right, so this is being very confident, very grounded energy, and using your power wisely versus force. So power comes from within, not from actually taking physical action. You'll wear yourself out. You'll exhaust yourself. And you're seeing that where you're going, the next shift is a manifestation coming in for you, a partnership, and you're coming into alignment with your partner. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. All right, so the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords for you right now is really emotional integrity, emotional regulation, right? Having a clear vision, you know, thinking things through, being clear, all right? There's communication shifting, but don't force it. If somebody's not responding to you, leave it alone. I know you don't want to hear that sometimes, but that's the force. That's pushing. And when you push and you force something or you over communicate, you're going against your integrity and you know it. You're mad because you have to be the one to reach out. That's sending an energy frequency, right? Because ultimately in your mind, you want this person to reach out to you. And the power comes from within, and you are seeing that it will come into alignment, but you may have to wait a little bit, especially if this is something that you've been trying to force for a while. I see the Magician card here with the second shift, manifestation and frequency alignment. So you need to take a step back right now from a situation that you are trying to control. A situation where you know that it's not what you want to be doing. All right. You're the one giving more. You're the one communicating more, right? You've got to step back here, because what's coming in is as soon as you step back and you don't bend your boundaries, the Magician card is showing you that, you know, using your own power and wisdom, your person is going to, you know, there's a new beginning here with the Magician card. It's you guys are very attracted to one another. You both are working together. You're allowing somebody to show up for you. So the big shift is coming for you with clarity, but you're only going to get clarity if you back up away from the fire and release control of a situation. Then you'll see the situation clear. So right now, if you feel like, you know, you're forcing something, or you're working harder at something, or you're doing, going, the shift that needs to happen right now is this grace, this calmness, this justice energy, doing what you know is right. Then we're seeing the next shift for you is the Magician card, which is talking about things working together, things working itself out, ideas coming to life, another person on the same frequency as you, a partnership, somebody's attracted to you, you're attracting in something new. And where it's headed is clarity of the mind. But you are being asked to slow down. That's your biggest message in April. April is going to be about new beginnings, but if you get caught up in your head, you can create a lot of confusion. All right. Looks like you are coming into alignment with somebody here who seems to want the same thing that you want. But the Five of Swords is releasing the need to figure it all out right now. It's not going to be a time to figure things out. Having a vision and having boundaries and staying true to this is bringing clarity for you right now. Now, your person, the Two of Pentacles, this is where it's this is what's shifting. You know, your person is coming back in to make it work. Or your person is, you know, figuring things out, figuring out their next step. But do you see the fire you have here, where your will, your ego, your drive wants to be intense? And your person may have a lot going on. They're trying to figure things out. So during the shift of April, it looks like you guys are starting to figure things out. You're starting to make things work. But the chaos and the confusion is you're trying to go take too many steps ahead of your person, right? So things are, your person here could be making plans, finally making a decision. You guys are taking the next step. You guys are understanding each other, trying to work together, trying to learn things together, right? Trying to navigate the waters together. You know, it's about mutual compromise, right? You guys have to share the burdens. You have to share the space. And if somebody's not being consistent with you, it looks like this month they could be more consistent with you, but it is going to take you stepping back a little bit and not being so controlling over the situation. Because that controlling energy or that persistence can make another person very stubborn. And if somebody doesn't want to be controlled or doesn't want to always, you know, wants to be the one that pursues but feels like they're constantly pursued, they'll slow down even more. Right? So this is telling you that what you're manifesting is working out for you, but the calmness or the pace of it is stressing you out. And you're in this stage with your person where, you know, you've got movement here, and I'm just getting here, you know, relax, I guess it's relaxed, because what's shifting is you're going to see more consistency with your person this month, right? You know, and that makes sense. What your challenge is that you don't like things to be frozen. All right. Oh, really? All right. So Karen, I'll respond to that in a sec. But Scorpio, I just want to say this to you. Non-action drives you crazy. I'm a Scorpio. I want to see constant change. I want to see constant improvement. I want to see constant transformation. I can't handle when things are quiet, but that's our nervous system too. Our nervous systems are on overdrive. And this is where you're really having to challenge yourself or test yourself, not to make irrational decisions. And I said this on Monday, you know, out of impatience or boredom or wanting to control something, right? And you're seeing that it is manifesting for you. Ooh, my judgy wise owl just fell. So I did not know that, because I'm noticing my Chrome is saying that it's full. So I guess every first of the month I'm supposed to reboot, and I'm going to do a clean of Chrome or something, because that's what was happening, was Chrome. Thank you for letting me know that. All right. Hopefully that made sense. Sagittarius. No. I love this guy. All right. 122, 22. One 22, 22 Sagittarius. What is changing? What's shifting? The three big shifts for you in April. I'm just going to call myself a Sag now. Will my Scorpios get mad? Who's Frankie? Did you click on this? You clicked on my channel. All right, let's see, Sag. The emergence of hope, faith, trusting in divine plan right now. 44 is your number. All right. And I am seeing some patterns changing here, right? Breaking some pattern this month. And I'm seeing all blessings everywhere. All right. What a way to, this is going to turn out in your favor, okay, Sagittarius? And I'm not just saying that because I love you, all right, or I'm spoiling you. But right now I can see that you're in this place of losing hope, right? You may be feeling like you're lacking faith, or you're deciding to let go of faith. It's just like, I don't know if I can trust this anymore. But you have a card here that says right now what's shifting for you is your divine plan is unfolding for you. And it's almost like the star card, the tower moving into the star card, right? And find faith right now. We are in Holy Week, right? Best time to do it. Because what's happening is, what's shifting is, you may realize some inherited pattern that you keep doing in a relationship is self-sabotaging a relationship before it even gets started. And I'm seeing gifts from the universe, synchronicities and blessings everywhere coming your way. So let me pull some tarot with this and see. All right. So the Hermit card, maybe somebody ghosted you, or maybe you're waiting for somebody to finally open up, or you've been alone for a while, single for a while. All right. You got the Moon card right now. You're getting lost in memories. You're getting lost in your emotions right now. So this is what's shifting for you, though. You may be surprised at what's coming to light. The Moon card, it's like you may be trying to read into things or look with your eyes when you're being asked to, trust with your other senses. The path isn't clear right now, but you have to have faith that it is manifesting for you. You can see it in the month of April. But you have a pattern that you have inherited, bad memories, maybe, sometimes inherited patterns from our mother, our father, our reactions. And your patterns can be different. Sometimes our emotions, if something's not 100% clear or it feels foggy, you may assume the worst because in the past, that's what's happened. Right? So you are really being asked to trust right now, even though things seem so foggy and unclear, because there's a lot changing and you don't have all the answers yet. Ultimate faith right now, and not letting fears that come up, that surface. So when the Moon card shows up, we're in the full moon today. The past couple days actually have been the worst, I think. A lot going on, a lot of emotions coming up, tired, fear. And what you're really being asked to is to work through those fears and not react from those fears. So what is shifting is this pattern, realizing this pattern and something breaking. I see a King of Cups, releasing of emotions or fears, betrayal, deepening of a connection, emotional maturity, your patience paying off. There could be a person coming into your life, a water sign too as well. But right now I am seeing here, there's a lot shifting for you. So it's easy to get lost. It's easy to get lost in your emotions. Now, blessings are coming in everywhere, and you have the Three of Pentacles. So this can happen now. This can happen consecutively. This can happen throughout April. These are the three big shifts. And you're seeing a lot of healing here, but you are seeing that you're working things out with people around you, a person on your mind. Things are coming together. The universe is bringing in help. Help is on the way. But it's hard to see that right now. So bottom line, right now, it's difficult for you and you're going to want to make a decision or react from your emotions, but you're being asked to have emotional stability. You're being asked to, this is Scorpio energies. You're being asked to let those repressed emotions come up, but don't react to your person with those. And then you're seeing, the universe is actually working for you behind the scenes and bringing this to light for you. So really there's not much you need to do except not react to your current situation the best you can, because there's still too many things going on that you don't know, that's not 100% clear. So with your person, what's shifting with them? And I see the Queen of Cups. It looks like they're going through the same thing. There is a reflection here. You guys may be mirroring one another, and also you could be reflecting or triggering each other's or projecting onto one another. But what's shifting for your person is them opening up emotionally. Give them some time. You have a relationship forming here. So you have all is well right now as your message right now, but you've got to trust in it and believe it, that all is well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, I am seeing a cycle around a relationship and a possible relationship coming together, maybe partnering up with somebody, maybe getting counseling with somebody, maybe just talking things out and building upon what you have. But you do have collaboration here that is shifting with your person. And if you've been waiting for your person to put more effort in, this is also what's changing. It looks like your person is starting to put a lot more effort in April. All right, Capricorn. 131. So these kind of got a little bit longer, but it's not as long as usual. So that's good. All right, Capricorn. You guys like today's style? All right, Cappy. 3 big shifts in April. Hello, Hannah. All right, 3 big shifts in April. Ooh, power of persuasion, communication. Every word has power. So I'm going to come back to that in a second. So I'm also seeing faith, trusting in divine. You have a star energy, 44. And it looks like you are having enough by the end of the month. Things kind of working out right on time. I see 1111 here. I never noticed that. 1111. So maybe Taurus's read had something important for you too. I just love, I love to say that. I love to go back to that. That was a great reading. Heart chakra, your heart space really opening up. more consistency with time, spending more time. So it seems like somebody's giving you all the time in the world by the end of the month. Now, this is what's very important right now, though, and I'm going to pull some tarot to clarify that. Your first big shift is your words. What the hell are you saying? Going back to intentional wording. What are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to somebody else? What are you texting? I learned this a long time ago. And I realized, because I would text books and everything. And somebody said, you're wasting space, you're wasting information, you're just verbal diarrhea. And do you really need to say all these words? But also, are you just bored and not caring what somebody else is doing? And are you just texting out of anxiety, anxiousness, boredom, and expecting the other person to respond right away? But really, your messages, how important are they? Or, and I'm not dismissing it. Do you really just need their attention at that moment? And can't you just say that? So that's where having intention behind every word you say right now, and not going in all different ways around the bush to get to the point. I want validation right now. I need to know you're there. I'm missing you. I want to talk to you. Do you have time? All right. And so that made sense to me, because what happens is we get triggered if we go and we text somebody or overly text somebody, and then they leave us unread or they don't respond. Then we react and feel rejected, but that's not what's happening. So every word has power. Can also mean that you can easily get pissed off or react to a situation or skim through somebody's text and then respond, and then they misread you, or they're like, that's not what I said. So every word that you say to somebody, though, has this extra heavy energy around it right now. So being very intentional, but also this is talking about right now, what are you telling yourself? Because your self-talk is programming how you feel. Do you know your shoulders will drop more the more you criticize yourself in your head? Do you know you'll slouch when you're walking? You'll frown when people don't even know. You don't realize it. You're making facial expressions, but you're talking in your head and you're talking bad about yourself. And so you're manifesting that, and somebody might be seeing you as unhappy, but you're like, I'm not unhappy. I'm not pissed. I'm not aggravated. But your thoughts are controlling your facial expressions without you realizing it. Why do you think there's so many body language experts? You cannot. That's why when people lie or live false masks I love watching people I know put on a show. I love it, because you cannot hide your truth. No matter, how many days are you going to go? When are you going to let down your guard? You will. And it shows up in your energy and in your facial expressions. So this is where educating yourself on the power of words right now. And I'm going to say one more thing and then I'll move on. You also have the power to influence your situation. You have the power to influence your situation. But if your person hears you talking negatively about yourself, this is the hard truth, it can become a turnoff. If you're not listening to what you're saying, or you're putting yourself down, or when you talk, it seems like you're talking negative. But if you're talking positive, do you know that you can influence somebody? What do you think social media is? What do you think influence is? You can influence people's decisions, thoughts about you by the way you talk. So right now it is about communication for you and the way you are communicating with the people in your life. So just keep that in mind. The energy shift could be, you could totally turn your situation around right now just by the way you're communicating. And now maybe some of you have communication down and you're like, oh, it's not me, I'm really good, I was an English major, right? But maybe, you know, there's something about the way you can shift how your person's talking. You can influence to get them to say what you want, or, you know, in a healthy way. I'm never coming from a manipulative way. I'm coming from a healthy way. But you can get what you want from somebody by using the right words and the techniques. All right, let's pull from tarot. So it does say education here, so I guess I had to give you a little bit of what I know, you know, a little bit of education on that. Maybe some of you, something is shifting. You have the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, right? So I'm telling you right now, there's growth happening. There's more, there's plenty of time, there's commitment, there's growth, there's healing, there's health, there's love. I see the Two of Swords right now. So it does look like you and another person right now are not seeing eye to eye, and the biggest shift is going to be in communication. Now, if you're not in communication with the person, you have to be honest with yourself, and everybody plays a part. Everybody plays a part. So you have to ask why communication didn't, what's going on here? What's the truth? Because no communication is also communication. But it seems like we just can't seem to get on the same page. So I don't need to go down this anymore, but I can see that you're really feeling confused about what somebody else is thinking or saying, or you're waiting for somebody to make a decision, or you're waiting for somebody to speak up or make a choice already. But there's an indifference here. We're not seeing, where we're miscommunicating. So where's this hope coming in? Because it's telling me all is well, and you have the Magician. So your second shift, it looks like you have things coming together, things working out, somebody wanting to work on, and look at this, communication. So there's going to be a huge shift in how you manifest and how you make things happen in April. So a little bit of patience with yourself and somebody else, and you're seeing somebody here light up. You're seeing somebody want to make something work. You know, you're seeing somebody doing whatever they can to talk to you, to connect with you. Now, the third shift, where this is headed, is the Seven of Pentacles. Hold on a second. I have a really dry throat right now. Do you see what's happening here? It's like the Seven of Pentacles and time management. Some of you, the communication issue can be time management. So maybe that's why you're feeling like things are not working out, or there's a lack of communication with the Seven of Pentacles. You may need more communication than the person's given, but it looks like you guys are figuring out consistency here this month. Somebody's invested in this situation, and it looks like all it's about is you guys figuring out a way to make it work for both of you. It's got to work for both of you. So communication is just the key for the month. Let's see the shift in your person. And it looks like you guys are, by the end of the month, making some sort of plans here, moving towards the future, more practical plans. So seeing some growth. Now your person, the Wheel of Fortune, all right? So they could turn things around on you this month. And this is why you have trusting in divine plan. All is well. You may make the wrong decision based off of, you know, patterns that happened in the past. But it looks like this month is about turning things around and making it work for you and another person. You both want the same thing. but you're not communicating your needs effectively, or one of you is not hearing the other, or you both, one is not seeing what the other person is putting down, whatever it is. And there's a lot more patience needed here. But I can see by the end of the month that somebody has a lot more time to spend with you and could really be trying to turn things around with you. All right, Capricorn. Yours became kind of an educational lesson. Sorry. That might have been for everybody. Maybe even myself. I'm a progressed Capricorn. All right. 143 for Aquarius. Hello, Taylor. Hey, Bernadette. I'll be doing these lives on every Wednesday, so the more the merrier. 12:45 seems to be a perfect time for me. So every Wednesday, let me know if you like these, this kind of reading, because this is probably what I'll be doing, is something like this. Aquarius. All right, 3 big shifts happening for Aquarius in April. This is one of my favorite cards. All right, hello, Debbie. So, success. So there's still a lot of potential right now that hasn't even been expressed. So you have a lot of fire. This feels like the Ace of Wands. You have ripe, juicy, and ready. I hate that word, juicy. I hate that word. What's the other? There's another one that's, I don't know. It's not squishy. I think it's juicy, right? So you have love showing up for you, right? Love. All right, smile. All right. This is something good for you, but you have the Ace of Wands. So what this is telling me is that there's just no action right now. And that, I know you're juicy and ready. We know. Oh, there it is. Ah, that's the word. Moist. I hate that word. Juicy and moist. I mean, you want to cringe? Who made those words up? Right? So you are definitely, you know, what's it? The turkey thing popped. You're ready to go, but you're not seeing any action right now. You're not seeing any action. So what's the next shift? All right. Trusting in the divine plan. All is well. All right. So it looks like something, you get the number 44. It looks like what you're waiting for, waiting to exhale. This is so corny. Is happening for you this month. And look at this. This is very important for you. Begin with faith in spring. And we are in spring right now. We're in Holy Week. So beginnings, fertility, growth happening by the end of the month. So where this is headed. You're just so ready. You're so ready that, you know, maybe your person's not as ready yet. And so that can create a lot of nuances. So let's get some tarot here. All right, your month's going to be pretty good, but you have to have, you know, this faith is coming through right now, and not get too overly excited. If you're in heat, you know, I don't know what to say, but this is, you know, it's working for you, but right now it's pure potential, and you're waiting for your person or somebody to take action, right? So let's see what's going on. Something big is working out for you. All right. So you're past the most difficult part, guys. You've been through a lot recently, maybe, or you've been disappointed, or you just feel like, I need something fresh in my life. I'm sick of the same old shit. And so that's what's happening is you're pumped and ready to go, ready for something new. Look at the Chariot card. You just got to slow down a minute. Everything's coming in, right? The Chariot card, things are really going to start picking up pace for you. You may all of a sudden, maybe you're feeling this way now, but this may be what you're moving into. You may start to notice that, you know, you have this drive about you, very dry, you know, this, I'm ready to go. All right. So this is a major shift from, I can't be in this stagnancy to, I need more excitement. The Six of Swords, you have sixes coming through for you. So it looks like you could be traveling somewhere or moving forward in a new direction with somebody. I kind of feel like this come around, you know, like there's somebody returning there, but we've been going around in circles for a while. You may have been going around in circles, like, you know, here it comes and then there it goes, right? But with the Six of Swords this time, with this card here, it's telling me that you're moving down a new path. Someone coming in to travel towards you, somebody coming to pick you up, somebody coming back to clear something up, wants to, they just don't feel satisfied with, you know, you guys still have to figure out where things could go. There's unfinished business in a way. Now you have the Sun card showing up. Where this is headed is falling in love and this growth for you. A relationship really starting to grow, a new romance blooming. Now this can talk about some of you meeting somebody new. What's shifting? You know, this can be reigniting passion if that's what's on your mind, if that's what you're hyper-focused on. Somebody coming back around, but it looks like we're finally choosing a direction. And this is the truth and clarity. Things looking real positive for you by the time the end of the month comes, Taurus season. I see Cancer and Leo, so maybe something in Cancer and Leo's reading was for you. But you are leaving the most difficult time period that you may have had recently. And the Three of Pentacles is underneath that. And it's like, now it's like things are starting to pick up pace and move forward. A lot of energy around love, but you may be very anxious right now. And this is saying you got to let it unfold naturally. The Sun card here can be new romance for some of you. It can be a reconciliation for some of you, or finally having clarity. And you do have new beginnings and fertility growth, the Empress energy here at the end of the month. Now, this can happen consecutively. It doesn't have to be in stages, but it is showing me that this is what's happening around you. Big shift in seeing things a lot more positive. Now, your person, what's shifting for them, the World card, things coming together. This is where I'm seeing movement with your person, Major Arcana. Right? Major Arcana. It's like your person is finally in this place where they can see clearly now. They're in a place where things are coming together and they're now starting to see the new beginning, the new doorway, the new path forward. So there's a divine alignment here happening for you and somebody else. And I'm keeping it open because it could be a new person or it could be somebody that you've been waiting for them to take action. And this looks like the perfect ripe time, ripe and juicy. All right, Aquarius. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope in this situation. Did you watch the Hail Mary Project? But not moist. Moist. I have to go water. You just reminded me. I'm growing strawberries and cucumbers, and I have to go water them. All right, 152.52 for Pisces. Did you guys enjoy these? I didn't see that. Did you like today's style of reading? I will. I will take pictures. You know, I used to always go live on Instagram and take pictures of my garden. I used to be more interactive. And I want that. I want to do that again in springtime. I mean, at this time, you know, as we're going into the summer, I don't know. I used to be active on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok all at once. And I just can't keep up with it all right now. Yes, you loved it. Good. This is what I'm going to do on Wednesdays. Pisces, 3 major shifts that are happening in your love life this April. Surrender to change, the art of allowing, staying flexible, right? But let's see. So gratitude, manifesting something that's going to make you feel very happy and fulfilled. It's almost like the 9 of Cups energy. So getting some sort of wish that you've been waiting on. All right. The second shift is finally letting down the mask that you've been wearing. You know, everybody wears masks. We have to in society, right? It's how we have different hats we put on. But some of you may put a mask on to protect yourself because you're just tired of getting hurt, right? Or whenever you show your authentic self, you know, it's like, again, it's like you could be just afraid to get taken advantage of. So 33. And I'm seeing here what's really shifting is something about the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself, and being more authentic with somebody. Now, this could be to somebody else, you're right, somebody else that's letting down their masks. You're finally getting to see the real truth. Maybe you're starting to realize what you truly want, what makes you happy, what satisfies you. This even could be the big, huge shift is you're realizing somebody's truth about you. Maybe they've been trying to figure out who you are all along. And I'm seeing magic, miracles, and spiritual forces, the sovereignty of magic by the end of the month. So that where this is headed, this could be this to me feels like you've been going through a lot with a lot of Pisces energy. Mars is in there right now too, Mercury. And it seems like maybe some of you Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, all of us with strong Pisces placements, have been kind of going through some struggles with Mars there. It's always going to be conflict, right? And it's conflict with not wanting to numb yourself, or, you know, conflict with making sure you can see through the illusions, you know, not making something, you know, seeing through clear glasses, not rose-colored glasses. And so a lot of you may had the wool pulled over the veil pulled off, where you started to have to look at what was true, and it just wasn't, it didn't feel very good. But what I'm seeing in this reading is it feels like you're starting to get closer to calmness. And what's really shifting is there's this sense of freedom for you where you can actually be more authentic and express yourself. And you have, there's a miracle coming in for you in April. So let's see the tarot. Let me clarify it. The biggest shift for you seems to be the 9 of Cups. Attitude of gratitude, things looking good, a wish coming in, somebody reciprocating. Somebody expressing their feelings very thoughtfully, and it's coming from their heart right now. You know, it's like somebody really opening their heart and growth. And you've been challenged a lot. You have the 6 of Pentacles. So we are seeing the law of reciprocity play out here. You've been given, maybe you've seen some falsities, maybe you've noticed where you give too much and you haven't been feeling supported. Well, it looks like that's all coming back in tenfold for you, or in the way that you really need it or want it. Ace of Wands, there could be a gift, somebody taking action towards you this month. You're seeing so much potential happen here. This is initiated. This is somebody actually taking action to give you what you desire. Maybe somebody's having some sort of clarity, feeling passionate. Their instincts are telling them to give more, do something, make an offer. Now, this is going to be if some of you have felt that you just feel like you're the overgiver, you're just giving so much, right? This can be somebody who sees this with you and is like, you deserve this. You deserve so much. So what's changing is being lit up. A lot of fire coming in for you. New passion coming in for you. And a fresh new energy. So this can show up in a lot of different ways. It definitely, to me, is always somebody wanting to communicate, somebody feeling inspired to make something happen, to light something up. Now the Mask, the Four of Cups, this is a big one for you. The second biggest shift for you is not taking shit that doesn't make you happy. All right, stop giving where you're not getting. So this is where you may have a huge epiphany of, I'm not letting relationships let me down anymore. Doesn't mean you're giving up on relationships, but you're definitely not looking for validation from a relationship. You have love coming in. You have somebody that really wants to support you. But it's also going to take this shift of you not taking just what people give you. It's not enough anymore. So the Four of Cups, you've been dealing with whatever it is they decide to give, and you've gotten comfortable with that and used to that. And now you're saying that's not enough. And you're fully expressing your needs. And the sweet part about it is that it looks like somebody is hearing you. And that's where the magic come in, the miracle. Some of you might say it is a miracle. That's a miracle. Well, miracles do happen. Sometimes it's the right day at the right time. Yes, happy Passover. And we're seeing here that somebody actually is taking physical action, opening up their heart and saying, I see where I could give more, or where I need to give more. And this could even be a new relationship for some of you, where you're tired of taking minimal and somebody is saying, I got more than that to give you. Now the magic, Three of Pentacles, look at that. Somebody actually wanting to make things work and stepping up to the plate. Maybe somebody getting help to make things work. Maybe somebody putting in more effort. It looks like somebody working overtime here to make it work with you. There may be more pieces coming together for you this month than you realize. Because when I see synchronicities and I see spiritual forces, this always tells me that, the universe, angels, God is working behind the scenes to make things work for you, and it's all coming together. And when one thing starts to come together, or you shift one thing and you're more authentic about your needs and your feelings, all of a sudden everything starts to come together, right? That is cute. Bob the Builder. All right, let's see your person, what's shifting with them, the Four of Wands. I think your person's starting to understand what it takes or what they need to really make a happy home. I really feel like what's shifting for your person this month is that they really want stability. They're starting to see what you give, what you bring to the table. They may be craving structure, newness, happiness, joy. And it could be the right place, right time. Maybe this is your person finally realizing, you know what? I'm actually ready for this to happen, this commitment. Pisces, I think you're one of the favorite reads I had today. You guys all had kind of really good reads, though. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to stick with this on Wednesdays. So get the word out, maybe share, hype. If all you guys could hype, like, comment after I'm done with the video. I am going to pull a card on the clarity. Who needs clarity? Somebody new that needs clarity, because I read on a lot of you guys all the time. Is there anybody new here that has the serious question that they're really in need of clarity today? I will pull a card for you. So, Lurin Moon, would you have just one sentence on what it is? In Hannah. So I'll do Lurin and Hannah. And every Wednesday I'll do this. So everybody will get a chance. I'll do like one or two every Wednesday. I did too. I love it. I've seen some new people in. So that's why I'm going to do it on Wednesday and do this on Wednesday. Why is Taurus so shy to come to you? Let's see. Oh, you're doing well, Taurus. All right. Let's see. All right. So he's not ready. You just got, all right. So I just did Aquarius's reading. Lurin. Is it a Lurin or just Lurin? And remember when I got the ripe, juicy, and ready? You just got the ripe, juicy, and ready. You're so ready for this. And the more ready we are as women, like you want it, you fantasize, you live up in your imagination, and whenever you push at a Taurus, and there's a lot of people, we're going to have a Taurus support group here, right? There's just a lot of people that know Tauruses here. And Tauruses sometimes, you push them a little bit too much, they go slower, right? So you gotta think of Taurus like a crock pot. You've got to maneuver. You've got to seduce in a way, in a sensual way. You have to let them think that they're making the decisions, right? And when they feel safe like that, they'll move, they'll swag, they'll come to you. And when they do, they're staying. So the thing about Taurus is they're a fixed sign. They'll stay when they feel safe and they're ready. So that's what I'm getting. I'm just getting that there's a lot of potential that hasn't even been realized yet. So you have an Ace of Wands. So it's just that this is where you're so ready that we got to tame the fire a little bit by doing something else and leaving the door open for him so he knows that it's open, right? Hello, Learning. Tauruses, I was watching the thing. Well, because we talk about Tauruses so much, it comes up on my Instagram a lot. All right. It does. It said that yesterday. I was watching a thing on Taurus. It was like things Tauruses like to do and things you need to know about a Taurus. And one of the things says, we don't rush. And if you rush us, we're going to slow down more. And that's just, it's a generalized statement, but I have yet to meet a Taurus that doesn't do that. Right. So Hannah's still on Gemini. I don't know if she wants a question too, so I'll do Stephanie, and if Hannah gives me a question, I will, but then I'm going to go. Brian's a Taurus, and I ask him these things all the time to get the Taurus male perspective, and Lori is the female, and April is the female Taurus in here, and he says it's true. And you know what else he also says? He says, most of you think that they're thinking about what you think they are. That's where I get that from. And he's like, I don't think about anything except my tools. He thinks about his work, his tools, and that's what he does. And he thinks about food, going home and eating. If you're fighting with a Taurus, stop there. All right, Hannah, go ahead and put your question in, and then you'll be the last one. So I'm doing 3. I can't be here all day, but remember, every Wednesday I'm doing this. So if you come in and post your question a couple times and I see it, I'll star it. Shy and simple-minded, and they're very much into their, if they work, that's all they do. It's into their work. Will he return? I got the same card here. Let me pull another one. Let me shake these up a little bit more. But they're loyal to a fault. That's another thing. And so is Scorpio. And they're loyal to a fault, which is why they're so stubborn. Money's all they talk about. And especially if they have money problems, that's all you hear. That's why they're the 5 of Pentacles. But they're also very generous when they do have money. All right. So will he return? I have a yes. All right. In time. You have 11-11. All right. And I am seeing, give it some more time management. Maybe it's just the timing thing for you. So you want it to happen right away. And that is saying, you know, you got to be patient with this one. But I do see in time they will return. All right. All right, Hannah, and then is my Gemini ever coming back? I'm a Taurus. And see, Tauruses are loyal too, like that. They'll hang on and stay attached to somebody for a long time. Always generalizing. I'm not, we all have many other characteristics. So keep that in mind. Everything's a generalization. But I tend to look at patterns too, though, right? You're welcome, Stephanie. And I have a lot of people that I can look at patterns, so I can generalize and be a little bit more confident about. All right, so is Richie ever coming back? All right. Well, I'm getting rigorous honesty. All right. So true knowing, and I'm getting the number 5. So I can't give you a no because that wouldn't be honest, right? But I can't give you a yes right now because there's just so much that's not being said or shown. And there's a lot happening that's not being seen. So I know you want clarity, but at this point here, the 5 say you're struggling with some sort of difficulty in this situation, and it's very challenging. And right now, if I were to say in the next few weeks or so, I would say no, but I would not say indefinitely. All right. And the reason being is because the 5s talk about challenges, conflict, and things that have to change. And sometimes people do change, or the situation changes and evolves. And that's when things will move forward. All right. All right. I haven't seen anything right now. The last 4 days were really hard physically. And I took a lot of, I've been taking a huge break away from everything. And today was the first day that I actually really felt, and I think it was the full moon energy coming in too, but today. Yeah. All right, so that makes sense, Hannah. So the 5 here, we broke up in February. He went back to his wife on paper, but they don't live together. She lives in Vegas. He lives in Washington. So that tells me right now that none of them have their shit together. And that's why there's no clear answer there for you. Right? And so to say no would be, that wouldn't be fair. Yes, thank you guys. See you next time. This is how it's going to be again, and I appreciate you guys being here. Please comment under the video, like, hype if you can, just to help get it out there, and that would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys. I might do tomorrow. I might do Gemini, Cancer, Leo. I'm going to see how I feel. And then Friday, I will be doing the quicker all signs, which is just the one card pull, just for the weekend. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you for being here. And always leave any comments if you have any suggestions. See you later, April.